Welcome to Turtle WoW News with Vrograg. I'm your news anchor orc, Vrograg Fishslayer, here to bring you all the server news for the week of March 5th, 2024. We have a quick news update today. While plenty of things are happening all over Turtle WoW, not many were picked up on my news radar, so this will be a quick one. Let's get to it. I'm the orc, and here's the news. Our top story today is covering sightings of the acting regent of air elementals, Thunderan. While many have seen the Prince of Thunder being summoned as part of the Thunder Fury Blessed Blade of the Windseeker quest chain, it is rare to see him outside of the northwest corner of Silithus. Enter the All-Horde Guild and role-played Splinter faction, Blackrock Clan. In an exclusive report with yours truly, I was able to review video evidence of Thunderan being kited across southern Kalimdor. It seems the rumors were true that Thunderan was loose on Sunday, but it was no accident. Evidently, Blackrock Clan had grand designs to bring this powerful foe all the way to Orgrimmar, and they made it as far as the border region of Teneris and the Shimmering Flats when the acting elemental lord suddenly vanished. This was because of what are effectively world zone instances. In order for a vanilla-style server to host so many people at once, especially last summer, the developers needed to make the entirety of Azeroth subdivided into smaller, discrete zones. One can witness this readily by leaving Stormwind or Orgrimmar and watching certain NPCs and players vanish while others suddenly appear. Because of this server design implementation, Thunderan could not be kited all the way to the Horde capital. While the Blackrock clan has clear political motivations to overthrow what they call the False Horde and their Peace Chief, I did ask about the potential collateral damage to mortal characters potentially dying in the wake of Thunderan. A representative of Blackrock Clan Orchestra said that their organization was aware that innocent hardcores could die, but quote, "I think they won't be mad so much, cause their death would be an epic moment." So be advised, mortals of Azeroth, Blackrock Clan has plans to make your final moments epic. On a more serious note, I will admit I am impressed at the level of coordination required to attempt such a feat. A player with both Thunder Fury bindings waited weeks in order for this stunt to be attempted. Thanks for attempting a fun event like this, even if it didn't end in the flattening of Orgrimmar as initially planned. We'll continue to follow the efforts of Blackrock Clan as they hope to soon overthrow the leader of Blackrock Mountain, Nefarian. I wish you all the best of luck. Moving from the more fun and casual side of PvE to the more tryhard aspect, I recently learned of a speedrun archive for raids here on Turtle WoW. This effort is being led by a member of Dragonwatch, Vida, who has used their position in the World Boss Coalition to communicate with many guilds on the server. Thanks to this communication, he has begun to compile a leaderboard of the quickest runs of each tier of 40-man raiding through a public Google document. It will act as a repository for VODs and log links for verification, and perhaps stir up some friendly rivalry between the various raid teams on Nordinar. If you play on Telebim and are interested, make sure to reach out as well. Of course, community efforts like this cannot take off without more contributions from the community in order to have some level of legitimacy. So, if you're interested in helping out or want to get your raid team on the board, make sure to contact Vida through Discord at Vida88. As someone who has dabbled a bit in verifying speedruns, I can say it is meticulous and time-consuming work, so make sure to thank him for starting this initiative. This might even be able to work as a contact list for inter-guild relationships or even some kind of power ranking system, but he can't do it all alone. He needs feedback, so get in touch with Vida to start writing down raiding history. That does it for top stories. Let's shoot over to Market Watch for a brief check on the auction house. Welcome to Market Watch Lite. Just a quick rundown of the numbers this last week. All our data is gathered from numbers provided by wowauctions.net. Make sure to use their website for all your own market data research and investment due diligence. First to Telebim. The Alliance SNV 200 gained a point in the last month but in the last week has remained relatively flat. The Horde S&P 200 did the opposite, having a mostly flat February, but has started March with a bang, jumping up 2.5 points. Indexes of note are the precipitous drop of fishing on Alliance, losing 50% of its value with no signs of life as of late. The Horde's fishing index was likewise volatile, but trended down only a little and is showing upward trends most recently. Also noteworthy is skinning. For Alliance, it has steadily lowered in value, a 50% fall over much of February, while the Horde skinning index has showed greater resilience, month to date only down 14%. Over on Nordinar, the S&P 200 started flagging at the beginning of March, but finished the period at 8.9, a month of up and downs, but pretty much finishing about where it started. Indexes of note are skinning, which managed to nearly double in value in a week. The culprit, it seems, is the auction house scarcity of Scales of Onyxia, jumping from 2.5 gold to 20 gold and staying around 15 gold during the last week. Of course, it wouldn't be a market watch if the herbalism index didn't continue climbing. On the month, it is up about 20%, and despite developer intervention, it shows little signs of slowing down. That's all the time we have for Market Watch today. I hope you found some of the information here useful. Make sure to use wowauctions.net for all your own market research. Remember, keep an eye on your coin, otherwise someone else will for you. Let's get back to the news. To round out today's program, we'll take a quick look into February 27th's tiny changelog with the weekly changelog roundup. There was a bug that was making casters think that certain spells were not getting separate resist checks, which was evidently a combat log bug and has since been corrected. A warrior's retaliation effect will now properly trigger overpower when dodged. A bevy of changes came to the quests in Hyjal to make repeatable quests have auto hand-ins available and make quest chaining adjustments. Miniature cannonballs and Doomshot, the hardest hitting ammunition for ranged weapons, is now bind on equip and can be traded or sold at auction. Alterac Valley had additional invisible walls installed to the Horde base to further prevent backdoors through clever jumping and hopefully level the playing field further. Those finding Major Domo's chest in Molten Core didn't have a leaf or an eye will find that it should be there once again. And finally, those very odd hardcore priest who chose the Spirit of Redemption talent, an ability that is only usable once dead, mind you, will no longer get 2 separate death announcements on the server. That completes the changelog roundup for this week. It only had 14 points, so I knew it'd be a quick one. This week's changelog may be out soon, so make sure to check it out so you can keep on top of all the latest adjustments coming to Turtle WoW. That rounds out this week's quick news update. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to drop by to catch my weekly Fish and Chat stream this Saturday, noon US East Coast time. If you like this content and want to support me, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're feeling generous, super chats should be enabled on the channel as well. My comments, DMs, and emails are always open for feedback, constructive criticism, and any news items you'd like to share. Remember too, if you have advertisements or community news you'd like to be featured, I'm only a message away. All methods of reaching me will be in the description of the video. It's about time for me to head out. Whatever you're doing, make sure to have fun, be safe, and as always, remember, the deadliest weapon is knowledge.